Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Preferred Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning Node.js with MySQL APIs. This is our part 11. Inside this video session guys, we will discuss and see how can we install Express.js in our Node project. So first of all, let's see and understand about what basically Express.js is. So go to next tab. So about Express.js. Express.js is a web application framework for Node.js application. It provides various features that make web application development fast and easy, which otherwise takes more time using Node.js. The first three lines simply means that if we want to make some web application using Node.js, then Express.js is the best web application framework we can use to development. Express.js provides various features which basically use and turns make web application development fast and easy. Otherwise, if we are going to develop our web application by using simply Node.js, then it will take more time. Apart from Express.js, we have many more frameworks as well. But due to popular features, Express.js is the best web application framework for Node.js. Express.js is based on the Node.js middleware called Connect, which in turn uses HTTP module. As we had seen in the last videos that about HTTP module. So behind the scene, Express.js uses Node.js middleware called Connect, which in turn uses HTTP module. So any middleware which is based on Connect also work with Express.js. Express.js provides an easy way to create web server and render HTML pages for different HTTP requests. In our last videos, also we had seen that how can we create web server using Node.js. Now inside this video, we also see that how can we create our own web server by using Express.js package. So this is one of the best features of Express.js that we can create our own web servers as well as render HTML pages for different HTTP requests. So if we go to the next tab to see some advantages of using Express.js, makes Node.js web application development fast and easy. We will say in a bit that how can we install Express.js in our Node application, how can we create our web server, and also we can see that how can we render HTML pages as well as how can we create our own routes. When we use Express.js in our Node application, it is easy to configure and customize. Allows you to define routes of our application based on HTTP methods and URLs. It means that by the help of Express.js, we can make our own web server as well as HTTP methods and URLs. Includes various middlewares modules which we can use to perform additional tasks on request and response. Let's say that we are developing a web application in which some login and logout functionality is there. It means that we want some authentication tool for that. So we can include the third-party NPM package, something called JSON Web Token. So various type of middlewares actually we can use when we use Express.js in Node application. Easy to integrate with different template engines. As we know from the previous lectures or from the previous slide, that is, we can render different HTML pages on the basis of different routes. So while rendering any HTML pages, we can use template engines. And here we have some examples of template engines. When we use template engines to render our HTML page, so let's say that in that HTML page we have some CSS file, some JavaScript files and some images files. So we have a simple configuration to provide the static files and the resources for our application using Express.js. We have a simple configuration or a simple line to explain or to include all the static files in Node.js application. By the help of Express.js, we can create our own web server. We can see that how can we create routes. It means that by the help of Express.js module, we can use or we can make REST API as well. Easy to connect with databases such as MongoDB, Redis and MySQL. It means by using this Express.js, we can connect our Node.js application with various databases. So inside this playlist, actually we are learning by using MySQL. It means that we are going to install Express.js and MySQL, and we will see that how can we make REST APIs using these things. So first of all, let's see that how can we install Express.js in our Node application. So if I back to editor, now this is package.json auto-generated what we had seen in the last video. So let's say that if we want to install any new package inside this Node application, how can we install? So the simple steps we also seen in the last video sessions is that npm install -g for the globally installation as well as the package name. So back to terminal, simply let's say npm install, and if we want to install globally to our local system, then we need to pass -g as a flag. Or simply if we want to install only for the project application, then we need to install npm install, let's say express, and this is the save flag. All we have done now. So if I press enter, now as we can see that Express.js means Express module is going to be installed by using npm to our project setup. Now it has been successfully installed. In our last video, when we had discussed about npm, then we had seen that it will create a node modules folder in our project setup. So back to editor. Now as we can see that inside this project setup, we have a node modules folder. Inside this node modules folder, we have multiple folders, as well as inside this package.json. Now as we can see that one more property has been added, something called dependencies, and inside this seems to be that Express is now installed in our project with the version called 4.17.1. So simply by going through these definitions and the lectures, we have understand that Express.js is a web application framework we can use with Node.js application. It creates its own web server as well as HTTP request. It can process the text as well as HTML pages on the basis of routes. So let's see that first of all, how can we create our own web server using Express.js. So simply inside this application, I'm going to create a file. So this is not file inside this node modules folder. Back to this project setup. Let's say that app.js. So back to our project code. And if I go at the top, now here is app.js. So let's include our express.js inside this file. So let's say const express equal to require, and here we need to provide let's say express. These are the things that how can we import a module inside any of the module or JavaScript files we had seen inside our last videos. So simply here inside this line, actually we had included express module inside app.js. Now let's say that firstly, let's say const equal to const application and simply let's say express. Now we are creating and assigning the express inside this application variable. Let's say that app dot listen. In the first parameter we have to pass the port number. So let's say that I am to define the port number inside this const variable, and I'm going to start our server at 5000 port. So simply let's say port. Inside the first parameter we need to pass the port, and inside the second parameter we can also provide an anonymous function to pass any message to our console. So let's say that here simply let's say console.log server is running at let's say 5000 port. So if we save this file, get rid of extra spaces. Now simply what we had done in the first line, simply we had included our express module. In the second line, all we know that all the modules returns its functions and the properties inside this variable. So simply we are assigning all the functions or let's say object of this module to this app variable. So simply by using this object and one of the method from this express, something called listen, which is going to be listen all the requests at 5000 port, and simply we had started. So back to terminal, simply let's say node, and we need to type our module as an argument. So this is something node app.js. So if I press enter, now server is running at 5000 port. So if we go to Chrome browser and type simply localhost and 5000, now as we can see here that we are getting a port to listen all the requests. So if I back to editor and simply I am to define a simplest route, so let's say define routes, and here let's say app.get, and inside this let's say that if we are getting as a homepage route, so simply let's say function, and inside this anonymous function we have request as well as response. So by using this response variable, so let's say response dot send, and inside this let's say within h3 tag, and simply let's say welcome to home page. Now if we save all these changes and cancel this, our Node.js application restart web server, again back to browser, reload this page. Now as we can see that we are entering a simple text message. It means that we have successfully processed our one of the route what we have defined inside this page. So successfully guys, by the help of this video we understood about Express module in Node.js application. Also we had created our own web server. So in the next video we will see that how can we define multiple different routes to process our different aspects. We will see all these things in the next video. So inside this video we had seen all the deep concept of Express.js module. We have successfully installed, created our server and processed one of the route. So inside this video session guys, if you have any doubt then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.